Sure.
All right, so thank you everybody for attending. So luckily we have Google Maps back with us again. So they were so kind to come in. We did this presentation about a month ago. So just a brief background on that. Accurate and up-to-date mapping data is vital for thriving communities, supporting infrastructure, planning, economic growth, and public services. This session will explore collaboration with Google through the Google Maps Content Partner Program to enhance local map data. Attendees will learn how to contribute geospatial content, such as new roads, addresses, and points of interest, and discover how these updates benefit user experience. We'll have some time for a Q&A and helping them providing expert insights and actionable steps for formalizing the potential of Google Maps within your community. Whether you're a city planner, business owner, mapping enthusiast, the session will equip you with the tools to make a meaningful impact. And so we're really lucky today to have Sandra back here with us from Google. Couple quick things. So we do have some items pinned in the chat. The first item is for a survey 123 that we have. So if you don't mind, if you can fill that out, we just built a GISAA dashboard with it with a heat map that kind of shows us where people are calling in and a couple other questions. Second to that, we have an event a week from this Friday. So if you haven't seen that, please check it out and sign up for that event. The last link I have posted up there is the GISAA YouTube channel. So as I stated, we're recording this event. And then we will post that up to YouTube channel, but you can check out some of our past lunch and learns on there. And then after that, Sandra posted some links that are going to apply to what we're kind of going through today. Feel free at any time, throw any comments, questions up in the chat. We will compile all those. We may stop and take breaks. And Sandra, I'm happy to kind of read some of those off to you. And then we'll have a little bit of Q&A at the end. So really encourage you guys to engage, ask questions while you've got the expert on. And with that, I will turn it over to you.
Thank you, GISAA. Thank you so much for the presentation, and thank you so much for organizing this session, and thank you everyone for joining. So today, first of all, my name is Sandra Martinez. I am part of the GeoPartner operation team of Google Maps, and we work with a tool, a platform that is called Google Maps Content Partner. So today, in the agenda, we are going to do an overview about this platform, Google Maps Content Partner tool. We are going to explain how to become a partner. Also, we are going to do a product walkthrough, and we are also talk like kind of briefly regarding other partnership tools that can be interesting for you. And of course, we will have some times for Q and answers. So yeah, let's go with it. So for Google Maps, our goal is to put to work your community and enhance mobility, drive economic growth, and improve accessibility for civic service. And for that, we create the Google Maps Content Partner platform. To give you an overview, it's a pretty user-friendly tool that is dedicated for authoritative entities to share geospatial data with us. So it is a really easy way to update the missing information in Google Maps and to have like a collaboration between the authoritative entities and Google Maps. Here you can see a QR code, and if you want to scan it, you will go to our Google Maps Content Platform partners. Also in the chat, you have there the Google Maps Content Partner tool link, so you can have a look in the meantime we are doing the presentation. First, we are going to talk about is the partners and data that we expect to receive, or what are the partners we ideally want to collaborate through this platform. Regarding the partner profiles, this tool is dedicated to authoritative and trust source of geospatial data, but also organization that users trust to know what does and what doesn't exist and can be updated in Google Maps. Some of these organization examples are local, regional, and national authorities, hosting developers, organizations using Google Maps and other APIs, healthcare providers, agencies, NGOs, airport, or other trusted public organizations such as universities. Regarding the data types that make Google Maps and which ones can be shared via Google Maps Content Partner tool, we have some transportation data, such as road closures, restriction zones, speed limits, or bicycle facilities. We also work with park and natural areas, with real estate and infrastructure data, such as address points or parking lots, and other information such as indoors or imagery data. Between all these data that we mentioned, we have some core data types that are our priority at the moment to update on Google Maps. There we have address points, road attributes, political boundaries, and points of interest. All of this data can be shared very easily through the Google Maps Content Partner tool. What is the criteria for this data to be able to be accepted and evaluated through our team and therefore being updated on Google Maps? The data needs to be high quality data. It needs to meet all requirements. We are going to talk about that a little bit later. And also the entities who register in the Google Maps content platform have to have the right to share the data with us. So they need to be the owners or have the right to share it. And now the question is how to become a partner with Google Maps Content Partner tool. It is very easy. Our tool is totally free, and any authoritative entity or organization can create an account and start sharing data with us. For that, they need to go to the main page and click in Sign In. You will be able, and you are going to have the option to create an account, and you only need to fill a few information we request. The first step is to fill the organization details. It is the organization name, organization type, website address, and country. Once you have that, you need to select the area of operation. If it is country-wide, region-wide, maybe only a metro, so you can select the area that works for you. And you need to add the point of contact information. So it will be your contact name, your job title in the organization, and a phone number, just in case you need to be contacted. Also for your information, several people can be related with one single account, and that is something you can do when you manage your accounts. But when starting, that will be the main PRC for the account. And the last part of creating an account is accept the terms and the terms of service of the platform. Here you state that you are authorized to contribute with the data you are sharing with. You state that you are not sharing any personal information in the data that can be submitted, and that you comply with the local laws. Once you have your account created, you are able to share data through the platform. You can share static data, such as your code, road geometry. You also can set a recurrent update. We are going to talk about this just in a few minutes. And now you can also do direct editing through one of the new features we have in the platform. Any questions so far? Cool. So let's continue. So once you have your account created, you will want to share some data with us, right? So we are going to talk how you can share data. So there are 3 pathways to share data via Google Maps Content Partner 2. 2 of them are through datasets, and one is through the Maps edit directly. To share data, to share a dataset, you will see in your main page when you are within your accounts the option of contribute under datasets. So you are going to click there and you are going to see this pop up. So here you need to fill the details regarding the data you want to share. So you are going to give a name to these uploads. You are going to select what type of data it is, if it is addresses, if it is road closures, if they are bike lanes. You can add a description of what is the data you are uploading or any other information. Maybe you want to update just a few rows. Maybe you want to update some information that is wrong. You can add there any information for the people who are going to work on your data. And in Google representative email, that is not a mandatory field, but if you have been in contact with someone from Google, you can add there the email address, like for example, the contact from our team. Once you fill this first information, you are going to have two options. One of them is using a website URL, or another one is a single manual submission. So let's go for the website URL. So you can see here in the options, how would you like to share your data sets? And the first option is Google can get data from my data portal or websites on a regular basis. What that means? That means that you are going to configure data set for manual updates. It can be monthly, it can be quarterly. You can select what will be the frequency of these updates. And what we are going to do is through this single submission, we are going to have a website, our URL, where we can take the data from. For example, if your entity, your organization have an open data portal and you have this information public there, and you want us to take the information every 3 months from the website because you update this data frequently, we are going to do that. So that means with one only submission, you are going to have different version of the data. Every time we fetch the information from your website or from the URL provided, you are going to see a different version. So that is really useful if, for example, you work on raw data sets and you update every 6 months. You don't want to do one upload every 6 months, maybe because you forgot or because, of course, you have a lot of work. So you can set up this URL, and we are going to pick the data from there. But you can also have the case that this data is not available online, or it is not available in any URL, and it is one single update. You want to submit the data now, but you are not expecting to have fresher data in the future. In that case, you can do a single manual update. You can just drag here from your laptop the data set you want to share and do the submission. So once this data is evaluated, we are not going to take fresher data because we understand you only have this data to share with us. Regarding the data sets, and as I mentioned before, we have some content requirements. In the websites we sent there in the chat, you are going to see a content requirement page. You can access to the website, to the help page, where we list all the data types we work with the platform, and also what are the requirements. What is the data format that we accept, of what is the attribute table that we need. Like, for example, for addresses, what kind of information we need. For roads, what kind of information we need in order to evaluate and process the data. So you will find all the information there. And also we have some examples that you can download and have a look to the example to have a better overview of the data expected. And also we have within Google Maps Content Partner a new feature type that is direct map editing. And we're going to talk a little bit about this. So this new feature allows you to do like easy and quick updates on Google Maps. What it is dedicated for roads at the moment, so hopefully in the future we are going to have for other data, but at the moment it will be only for roads. So you can very easily to share, to report information that needs to be updated in Google Maps. How you can do that? So you are going to go to the main page again, and now you are going to go to Edit and Contribute. Here, you are going to see the Google Maps interactive map here, and you will need to set up with a bit of description. So you are going to add a name for your submission. You are going to add a description of the issue you are facing or what kind of information you want to update, and you are going to select the data type. As I mentioned, for now it's only roads, but hopefully in the future it's going to be for other data types. Once you add the description, you will need to select in the maps what road you want to update. So you can select only a segment, or you can select the main roads. Once you select, you will need to add what kind of update is this report about. You will have the option of road names, road save if it is closed, so you will select the proper option for you and add any description. If for any reason your request doesn't fall in any of these options, you have the option Other. You can select that and add the information you want to update. It's going to be a team who is going to read this and work on your comments. So feel free to add any information that can be helpful for them to understand a bit better what is your request about. Once you submit, that will be the last steps of the maps edit, you are going to be able to see all the dates and all the reports you submit and what is the status. Okay, so that will be under My Map Edit in your account. That also applies for the uploads. Yes, Scott?
Yes, Sandra, if we provide a service and of road center lines, let's say, and you guys go and let's say update that monthly, do you go in and remove roads that are not found within our data set from Google Maps?
Yes. So if what you want is to, if you set a recurrent feed through a URL, we are going to take that information monthly. If there is some information that needs to be updated, we are going to take the information from them for sure. But one of the tips we have for this platform is if you have something very specific to do, like for example, now you have some roads that are removed and you have like, I don't know, for example, 100 that now need to be removed from Google Maps. And maybe for our perspective, it's much easier if you just submit one data set with all the roads that need to be removed, and we're going to work only on that. The thing is that, just for you to give you an overview, to process a full data set with all the roads for a city or for a state is always going to take more time for us. So it is much easier for us to understand if you want to remove some roads, if maybe you upload just a single data set with all the roads to remove. So yes, we are going to work on it and we are going to remove the data if you add the recurrent feeds. But if for any reason it is like your request or your focus now is to delete these roads, we encourage you to just submit a new data set and mention in the description all these roads need to be removed from Google Maps, and we are going to work much easily. If it is only 100 rows, that may be to work over a data set with 100,000 roads. It's going to be much easier for us to identify.
All right, thank you.
No problem. And yeah, so for the uploads, for my edits, but also for any uploads, you are going to be able to see always the status of your submission, okay? Within your accounts. For the submission, like for the dataset, and also for the maps edits. And also you are going to have a nice communication channel, and any process with your data, if it is updated, if there is any problem with the data, if some clarification is needed, the team who is processing the data is going to contact you through this communication channel. And also in the opposite, if you submit a report or a data set and you want to communicate with the team who is working on it, maybe to add additional information or for any clarification from your site, you can use that communication box. Okay, so you can have like an easy communication with the people who is working on your data. And as mentioned here, so we have the communication, direct communication channel via the Google Maps Content Partner tool, but our team is also available for you. Maybe you don't want to upload the data because you are unsure if it meets our requirements, or you are unsure about how to do it. In that case, you can always contact us. Here you have the email address, Your Data Americas, and someone from our team, we have an amazing team behind, is going to help you through any question you might have. If for any reason you prefer to have a call, to have, like a discussion about what are the necessities of the opportunities in your area, we're going to be always happy to help you with. And that is all regarding the Google Maps Content Partner tool. Do you have any questions?
Hey, Sandra, I had a couple questions from that. So, and apologies because I haven't read through what the kind of expectations of the data are, but from my experience, everybody's data looks different, right? So,
Mhm.
is the expectation that we do some kind of ETL process to get it into Google's format, or does Google kind of do that translation from our data model, our schema, into one that meets Google's requirements?
Yeah, in general, we are going to do our best in order to work with your data and try, like we understand that this platform is worldwide. So we work with entities from all the countries and we understand the data is different. So all requirements are actually very basic. Like to give you an example, for addresses, we only need number, street, city, and postal code. So they are kind of basic attributes. But if for any reason your data doesn't meet exactly the attribute that we mentioned, we always encourage you to submit it because we are going to do our best. If we are able to work on it, we are going to do it. And if for any reason, when you submit the data, we find kind of complicated for us to work with it, we're going to let you know. We're going to contact you through the communication channel, and we're going to mention like what are the issues that we are facing, just to see if that is something that maybe you can work with or how we can do in order to process the data.
Awesome, thank you. One last question I have. So, and this goes in line. So OpenStreetMap being kind of a public platform, right? That folks can edit stuff. What kind of quality control, quality assurance do you have when people make edits directly through the portal? And I use this is kind of a cheesy example, but back when like this Pokemon Go thing was huge, people would like draw in water bodies or like a desert in their backyard so they could, whatever, play the game. But just curious what your QA/QC looks like for folks making edits.
Sure. So the difference with a Google Maps content platform is that it is dedicated for authoritative entities. So that means we don't accept any uploads or any maps edits that is coming from users. So we are only work on them if it is coming from authoritative entities or for entities we understand we can trust on it. It's true that regarding the priority of these providers, I don't have the background, so I'm not going to be able to mention that to you. I can check on it, but we don't accept requests coming from private users. It will be only from, especially we work with governmental organizations. So most of our providers, when we accept the data, is because they are trust organizations.
Perfect, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? Okay, that's fine. So that was everything regarding the Google Maps Content Partner tool, but we also have a couple of other Google partnership tools that can be very interesting for you. So I'm going to just mention them really briefly in case you're interested. You have there the websites if you want to have a look, and also some of the contacts. Okay. So the first one is a transit partnership. So transit is a public transportation planning tool that integrates the agency data such as a stop, a schedule, and routes with other live information as vehicle location, trip updates, and order alerts on Google Maps. So through transit partnership, transit agencies can share the data with Google Maps and integrate with and be accessible for all the users. If you are interested to know more about this transit platform, you can have here the contact for the team. So they are going to be able to help you. And also, I would like to mention Waste for City. If you don't know about it, it's a very interesting tool. So Waste for City is a program for government agencies and roads operators that can partner with Waste to share data and collaborate, improving the traffic management and city planning. Just for you to know, that is the dedicated tool for road closers. If your organization or your departments work with road closers and you want to have like a tool only dedicated for it that is working actually really good and is also integrated with Google Maps, Waste for City is your tool. With Waste for City, you can of course, reach to all Ways for Cities and Google Map users. You can also share accidents and road closures very easily. You have the option to do direct editing in the map, or you can also set a feed where we take the information directly from your feeds. You can monitor the traffic, and you can also have access to historical data via Ways for Cities. If you are interested in those tools, I pinned them there in the chat, so you have there the links, but also, just in case you are not able to find them later, in the Google Maps Content Partner platform, before access to your account, if you scroll down a little bit, you will see Ways for Cities websites and also the transit one. So it's all together in the main page for in the Google Maps Content Partner platform. And just for give you like a bit of summary about what we talked today. So Google Maps Content Partner tool is a dedicated tool for data contribution that will be like foundational, more like the geodata-based geodata map is road geometry, names, attributes, addresses, political boundary, or points of interest, also parking lots, water future, EV charging. So all these base map data will be through Google Maps Content Partner tool. Google Maps Transit Partner will be the dedicated tool for transit routes, schedule, and any status for any transit. And Ways for Cities is for real-time roads and crisis alert. So the dedicated team for road closures. I think Christy at here. Okay, that's great. So Christy is mentioning that she did an edit from the personal accounts, I guess in Google Maps, probably, and it was not accepted, but she did through Google Maps Content Partner tool, and it was accepted. So she's happy with the quick response. So thank you so much for your feedback. We try really hard to be able to support all the requests. I'm really happy that you have a good experience with the tool. And yeah, so here is everything from my side. If you have any questions.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Anybody has questions, feel free. You can take yourself off mute or you can throw it up in chat. I did have oh, go ahead. Sorry, Scott, you were starting.
Yeah, I do have one question. So I had a person reach out to me where his house was having issues being routed through Google Maps because his house was sat closer to a drive that is not accessible to his property. He just happens to have a long driveway. What would be the best way to approach editing an edit like that to get Google Maps to go to his driveway versus to the nearest road?
Okay, so in that case, it is only one single upload. It's just one road or one route. I will say through the direct maps edits. You can mark as other, the option as other, and just explain there what is the problem with the route, if there is any problem. If it is a preference for the route to go to the house, that will be the ideal way. But in that case, that is something that the Google Maps Content Partner tool will be for the government or the organization to do it and not the private user.
So
but yeah,
upload like the driveway, the unnamed driveway?
Yeah, that will be okay. Or maybe route change or route updates. So you can add and think about that after every upload, there is a person who is going to work on it. So feel free to add any information. If you see that doesn't match with the option you have there, road name, road closer, just select other and explain there the issue, and we are going to work on it. You can add any Google Maps link, maybe, with the routes, and you can add any attachment that you think can be useful for us. So we are going to work on it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, if you see for any reason that it is a bit complicated for you and you are unsure how to submit something specific, you can reach us through the America alias, the America Geodata Americas, and we are going to help you with that. That's not a problem at all.
Okay, perfect. That's what I did yesterday. I sent an email to that address and was just waiting on that reply.
Okay, perfect.
All right, thanks.
What is the turnaround of editing just maybe one road versus the whole data set? What would you recommend?
Yeah, so if it is a small update, I will say go to the direct map edit. If it is, of course, about roads, because we work very quickly on it. It's also because it's not the same, of course, to process only one road request that go through a big data set. But if you need to do like a bulk update, like 100 of roads, even 20, 30, many of them, it's good to upload the data. But if it's just a couple of them, I will say probably good to go through the maps editing. It's going to be much quicker, I think.
Do you know what about the turnaround would be for one road or a
We don't have
segment?
we don't have a specific timeline for it, but for the small updates, we work on it pretty quickly. I don't want to give you an exactly time because it depends on different factors, but we work on them very quickly. That is one of the benefits of this new feature type, that we are able to work on it. Like, I don't want to say in a few days, because I don't want to give you like high expectation about it, but we work on them very quickly.
Okay.
Christy just said in chat, took about 2 weeks to have a new roaded. And correction was applied within a week, so it's pretty quick.
Yeah. And you can always follow up if you see, I don't know, something urgent, something priority, you can always follow up through the communication channel, and they are going to work on it. And of course, if you face any urgency, something that you actually need to have a look quick, you can always outreach us, and we are going to help you with that, for sure.
Cool. Any other questions? I had just a couple quick comments. One, I think the Waze for cities is really cool. We've done some Waze API integration with some dashboards and some other things. And then there's a Esri solution for road closures that integrates Waze. So if that's kind of in your wheelhouse, I think those things can be pretty powerful. And I just want to comment on one thing. In the beginning, you said you guys were also collecting data for indoor mapping. Was that correct?
Yeah, so we have parts of the team that is working with indoor, and it can share via the GMCP tool, the Google Maps Content Partner tool. I'm not 100% about how we are supporting that at the moment, but any question you can also reaching us. That's not a problem for the indoor mapping.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was just interested. We're just kind of getting in initial discussions at 3D and indoor mapping. I just thought that was a neat concept, and uploading data for indoor mapping.
Yeah, if you want, maybe we can have a chat after the meeting or through email, and I can try to give you the contact, so maybe they can help you with this request for indoor.
Yeah, I appreciate that. We're still a ways away, but it's just interesting.
Okay, sounds good.
Anybody else? Any questions? Awesome. Well, I guess that's it. Well, Sandra, thank you so much. Really appreciate your time. I'm going to throw it back out into chat again. So these are, the first one is a survey 123. If everybody could take a look at that, feel free, just a couple quick bullet points, and you can help us kind of build this heat map and participation for GISAA. Second link is the event we have coming up a week from Friday. And then the last one is the YouTube channel for GISAA. And we have recorded this event, so we'll hopefully get that posted up by next week. But again, thank you so much, Sandra. Really appreciate you doing this again for us.
Thank you.
Very informative, and I appreciate everybody taking time out today to join this. And thank you very much.
Thank you for your time. Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon.
Everybody have a great day. Thank you.
Bye.